Hello and welcome to Hunter Gaming. I'm Hunter Aaron, and today this is a slightly different video. We're going through the setup because I have been asked by quite a few people on what I actually have. So I've got a list here of information that I need, and yes, I have started that going. Just make sure that I started that going. So we're going to go through it in a way where we say what we are currently using, but also say what else we can use and what else we have used, because I know one of the requests was what can and how can, as opposed to what do and how do. So we'll start with mics, because, well, that's one of the most important things of our videos. The microphone I have, which I use, which is just here, on a stand, which goes into the desk, is a AKG D65S. I'm not entirely sure exactly any specifications on it, but that's the make. And it goes into the desk, which is a Eurorack UB1204FX Pro. It goes in on line 2 here, and it goes through all of these, and the FX is generally what we use to bring it back to our ears. On the main output is what goes into this Turtle Beach headset, which is what I wear to just in general. It's a X12 Turtle Beach. We've got computer input on this one, which is line 5 and 6, which is stereo. This input comes from the 27-inch screen. So whenever we play games which involve consoles, the sound goes into this screen because it goes through a converter box to HDMI. So then the sound comes out the screen and goes back into the desk. Actually, we can show a sample of that. If I turn that down and put that in Alt, because what Alt is what actually goes onto our recording track in Audacity. I'll move that out of the way. So as you can tell, this is the mic that's currently on. This is the sound coming from the computer. So if I turn that off, you'll be able to hear that the sound has stopped. If I turn it back on, the sound is going back into Alt, which means it's going back into the recording track, which also goes to Skype and things like that. That's that. We've also got this cable here, which goes more often than not to my iPhone, which we play into Skype and things, and onto the recording track. You actually have seen an example of this at the end of today's Gmod video, a little outtake at the end. We just basically use that when we're bored and we've got nothing to do and we want high quality sound to go through Skype. So we've got the main is my headset. Alternative is what goes into the computer's mic. The headphone slot on the desk, which is here, is controlled by this, which turns the levels up and down, and you've got your 3 inputs there. So you get your main mix, your Alt 3 and 4, which is what the mic is on, and then you've also got the tape as well, which isn't actually being used at the moment. Turn all of them off. That goes to the streaming computer for when we stream. We'll show that shortly afterwards. So yeah, all my mic's sound is recorded in Audacity here, and all computer sound is more often than not recorded by Fraps itself. It then all gets edited together in Adobe Premiere Pro, which we can show another time. Things we have used in the past, because it was also requested that we said what we have used as opposed to what we are now using. I got this, I think it was from Maplins, I can't quite remember, but it wasn't that expensive and it worked okay. It did its job. But I replaced it for, get rid of that, this, which is a standard headset, Dynamo DH660MOV. It's obviously got your standard inputs and stuff, which just goes straight into the computer. You don't need any adapters for it or anything. But we ended up getting something better, and we also ended up getting the desk as well. So we kind of upgraded everything at one point there. I actually got a new mouse. May as well just go through all the specs while we're here. Which is a Nemesis mouse. I'm not entirely sure what type, but it's got a DPI button, forward and back buttons, and it changes colour as well, which is quite cool. Keyboard's a Microsoft keyboard. I'm not really sure again what type, but that doesn't really matter. Joystick, which you can see up on the table here, is a Black Widow. I haven't done anything flying much with it yet, really, but I do use this with a modification on the computer. Oh, I say mod. It's more of a program on the computer which turns it to keys. So I use this. I've not used it yet in Eurotruck, but I have started using it in OMSI as the handbrake, so it goes off and on. Bit strange, I know, but under here we've got a Thrustmaster Ferrari 458 steering wheel, which is what is used during got a light from under there, which is what is used during Euro Truck Simulator 2 multiplayer. In fact, really, just any driving games, we tend to use that, because it just makes it easier. Computer specs, it's an Intel i2, it's quite old, 2.6 GHz. It's got a Nividia GTS 250 graphics card in it. It's got 3 hard drives, one 250 gig, which all of the programs and Windows 7 and all that's on. A 75 gig, which is where all of the exported video that we do goes, and a 1 terabyte where everything that we record also goes. It's got 6 gigabytes of RAM, and it has Windows 7 64-bit operating system. The outputs on the graphics card, we've got a VGA to HDMI converter for this screen, which is a Bush 27-inch. It's a 24970 FHD 24-inch 16:9 screen. Ignore the Skype notification on that. I've also got a Advent 17-inch 4x3 screen, which actually coincidentally has a Advent camera on top as well, which is what we use webcams during stream. This, as I said, is through a VGA to HDMI converter because of the way I've had to have it all hooked up and everything. This goes through a DVI to VGA converter and goes to that. The other output, the third output, is the HDMI, which is just straight into the capture card in the other computer, which we will head over to now, actually, because we've got no reason to stay over here anymore. So the screen's actually gone off, and that's the camera we was going to use, but aren't going to use anymore. Oops, pulled something over there. Okay, so we use Wirecast, which, as you can see here, we're currently on Wirecast 4. Inputs from the desk aren't on, actually. I should have left them on, but oh well. So we've got mic input from the desk, which goes straight in, and you can be able to see that on there, but obviously there's no mic input from the desk, so nothing there. We've got overlays, which is things like banners and stuff. This is all still on the Christmas setup. We had some Xsplit inputs and stuff, cameras, other inputs, backgrounds, which we never really got around to using, and that was pretty much all that we had for the Christmas streams. You will have remembered the Just Dance stream that we did, which not many people saw. But actually, if you come around here, we've got a capture box in there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but that's what our console stuff gets captured in, and that goes via USB straight into recording softwares like Wirecast and stuff. And the output comes around to this little box down here, which is a composite to HDMI adapter. That cable then goes around to either into the telly, which is just off shot, or the a Bush 24-inch over there. And then the sound obviously goes into the desk, and then it gets recorded in its own way. Sound, generally, if it's a console game, gets sent then through the sound cable into Wirecast and recorded over there, and mic gets recorded over here. I think that's pretty much everything, actually. If you've got any more questions or anything, post them in the comments below. Specs will be rewritten in the description in case anything isn't clear, or if you probably going to watch the whole video again. So yeah, thanks for watching, and any questions, just ask them below, or tweet me. That's surprising. Thanks for watching. Bye!